like an extremely well-to-do ovine limb. This is a minted leg of lamb. Like going even further right on a map is Easter Sunday today, which calls for an on-theme animal to contribute to the cause. But before we get to the main event, onions and garlic are layered in with rosemary and the trademark mint, which was flavour boosted like getting a nat 20 by giving it a crushing roll between my hands. This recipe is positively packed with butter, and the first appearance helps to form a garlicky, minty, buttery basting liquid. I thought traditional basting wasn't quite fancy enough for a holiday weekend, so injected a bit of pizzazz into proceedings with my newly bought kitchen syringe. Unrelated, I now offer reasonable rates for Botox courses. See the link in my bio. Lay it to rest, just like Jesus post-Golgotha, on the bed of aromatics, and olive oil will sub in for myrrh to get the meat ready. The Romans knew a thing or two about baths, and from that I'll draw inspiration, and another bath, using some lamb stock. I also suspected the lamb was bitter about the bunny taking the Easter limelight, so I sweetened its mood with some honey. Some foil will keep all those juices from evaporating before being popped in the oven for most of the waking day. I gave it a good watch throughout, and it comes a close second to Fireplace for Your Home. The meat needs a flip before a final roast, and as I've always wanted to keep up with the latest trends, I just had to go for some new potatoes here, which will snuggle into all those juices to soak up the flavour like a group of edible carby sponges. It's time to deconstruct the tray, spuds first. And now that the meat is cooked through, just act like you've gone too far sharing your political opinions in the pub after a few pints. Give it a rest. I prefer a smooth sauce when it comes to it, so I performed extractions the US military would be envious of, to leave myself with some luscious liquid gold. Like I've just been hit with a herb-related restraining order, it's time to start de-stocking the mint. Some added sugar and red wine vinegar should result in a satisfying mint sauce to call my own. I was going to hand blend it, but my fingernails weren't nearly sharp enough, so I've used this gadget instead. I embodied my barber by sorting the sides next, slicing up the potatoes, ready to be fried up in the leftover garlicky minty butter until their undercarriages were nicely crisped up like a shearing bag of McCoys. Start your engines, as we're nearing the end with a classic roux. I dragged it to sauce status by ladling and stirring in all of that unctuous lammy liquid from earlier on, until it's glossier than a copy of Vogue dunked in a tin of Dulux. The meat had been resting for well over an hour by this point, but it's worth it for those fooded Elvis fans alike, as we all love wee tender lamb. The bones are a bit crunchy, so I'd advise removing them from the equation before getting stuck in. And there you have it, stick that in your face.